Money 2.0 presents In the Now, the premier show for entrepreneurs, business owners, and business leaders. With marketing experts Brandon Hintz and Mike Driggers. Get ready to unleash and launch because they're going to blow your mind. Now, here are Brandon Hintz and Mike Driggers on Money 105.5.
In the Now.
Good morning, Sacramento, or afternoon, evening, depending on when you're watching this broadcast.
What a great day. I hope you guys all survived the storm here locally.
Oh, there was a storm up here? I didn't even notice it.
No, there was supposed to be. It was supposed to knock down trees, drop some snow, rain and rain and rain.
It did. It rained with some gratitude. It rained with love and shine.
I always take that lightly because I grew up in the mountains, so it's like I know how to drive in the snow. I know how to drive in the rain.
Right.
But when they say it's going to do it, I usually give it a 2-day delay. It's probably going to hit on Friday. So Friday, it's going to be like this deep snow, and everybody's going to be buried in it, and rain's going to be hitting really hard.
Yeah, I never watched the weather. I figured it out in the morning, and hopefully, it works out.
Yeah.
So, but I guess if you're going up to ski and snowboard, you went snowboarding, didn't you?
No, we didn't. We're going to go up to the snow this weekend. I'm going to bring the kids up there and see my wife and her father and the family up there, and we're just going to hit the snow.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So today we have a interesting topic and a very special guest, a friend of ours, and Kevin Harrington from the Shark Tank. We'll be talking. He was the original shark on the Shark Tank and the founder of As Seen on TV. But, one of the things that we want to talk about today is the digital age and how to be successful in today's digital age and for businesses. And if you're not capitalizing on it, you need to, or if you have been thinking about it, you need to know what are some things that you can do. And I don't know about you, Brandon, but I think probably the biggest thing that people have to start getting used to and converting is that video is the future. That really producing, with today's technology, you can have your own TV station real easy with
you could know absolutely nothing and just get on a radio show.
Yeah. like two guys I know.
These one guys I know, they're doing it in the morning all the time.
They're crazier than long-tailed cats in a room full of rocket chairs.
Yeah, so we're looking at today's guest. He's going to be coming on talking about quantum entrepreneurship. Now, for the longest time, and I'm currently studying a lot of quantum physics and holographic NLP right now, so this is something that's hitting home for me in general. For the longest time, being an entrepreneur, there were steps that you took and motions that caused reactions and responses to how you did things, right?
Right.
That's the Newtonian way of looking at it. So there's not a company like Newtonian entrepreneurship. Quantum is small shifts that make changes throughout your life. So as an entrepreneur, the small things that you change each day are what change your life. Yeah, the little things that benefit you, right?
Yeah, just a simple change, like even 1%. Every day adds up to 365%, which is compound over time. So it becomes like 30,000% difference if you just change 1% or increased your knowledge or wisdom.
Yeah, so quantum is huge for me because for the longest time I'm thinking, okay, so if something small changes, all of a sudden my life is going to change. It's correct. That's how it works. So I love the name he has with this quantum entrepreneurship. And the funny part about today's guest is I respect him. I know his successes. The guy is amazing. Over 20 companies he's launched, over $1 million each in revenue. That's just a huge feat within itself.
Oh, absolutely.
But he's teamed up with the Zig Ziglar Foundation.
Yeah, which I love. I had the blessed opportunity to share the stage with Zig Ziglar several years back, and just an amazing man. Just to be able to be around him afterwards and hang out and back of the stage, and just to get to know him, and the fact that they're carrying on his legacy, and Kevin is doing that, and with what Kevin does. The guy is he's the creator of the infomercial. So for all you folks out there that have bought stuff from
any infomercial,
infomercial, you can blame him. But just to be on the cutting edge, that's the one thing that when I met Kevin in Florida several years ago at a friend's house, and we were talking, and it just being that innovative to be cutting edge and constantly, searching what's happening in the future. And that's why I'm excited to have it, because he's really going to talk to what is the future of digital age and how companies can play into it.
Yeah, and the Zig Ziglar Foundation, I could absolutely say that I founded my whole coaching practice off of one quote that he said. You can get everything in life that you want if you'll just help enough other people get what they want.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the foundation of how I coach. If you go to any of our seminars, we give out free courses. If you go to the Now Academy's website, we give away free value. Because we want you to taste it. We want you to feel it and take action on it. And that little quantum shift, here's another piece of that quantum. You download one of our free videos or one of our free PDFs, and it just changes you a little bit, and you become more successful. That's our goal. More value, giving out more value to everybody we contact, helping every person we run into. Yesterday in the Starbucks line, I'm driving my kids to school, and my wife's out of town with her father, and I'm like, okay, we're getting you breakfast at Starbucks this morning. And my son looks at me and goes, hey, are you going to buy the car behind you coffee today? I said, sure, son. Is that what you want to do? And he goes, yeah. $14. I was like, figures, here's my app. Take the app. Because you don't want to say, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
You're already committed.
Yeah.
But just helping people and changing things, and those small little shifts are what change people's lives.
Yeah, it's a ripple effect. It's like dropping a pebble in the water, and that ripple effect, it starts affecting the rest of the day. Who knows? That person's gone on to bless somebody else, and it just keeps going. And especially in the universe, the law of the universe, for what you do and I do, it keeps blessing. So continuously, dropping that pebble, looking for opportunities to create that ripple effect. And what you do, I always tell my kids is that, there's always a opposite reaction to everything you do. So the yin and yang, right? Opposing forces. So if you're going to do something, do it in a positive manner. Always look for the gratitude side of it and let it ripple.
Yeah.
Right. And I love Zig Ziglar. Like I said, I think I've worn out all of his tapes. That kind of tells you how old, not 8 tracks, but tapes.
Yeah, they probably were some 8-track versions.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I don't have them, but
yes, you do.
For your
Come
millennials
on.
out there, those are little plastic cassettes that you used to plug in.
No, and I've seen Mike's trunk. You open it up, and it's got every audio CD. Remember how we all used to have those binders full of music?
Yeah.
He has them binders full of entrepreneur CDs and all their quotes and topics
Personal
they teach.
development, all kinds of
Because
stuff.
you think about it, you're in your car a lot, so why not learn from the development? Why not tune into Money 105.5 every Thursday at 10 a.m. to hear me and Mike on the radio giving you quantum resources?
Yeah, absolutely. Plugging in, that's part of that 1%, right? It's part of the improving. And, you're right. My car's University on Wheels.
Yeah.
I'm constantly feeding my mind. And it doesn't have to be specific in business. It could be on, learning how to garden and things of that nature. But the fact that you do that, what happens is you're planting the seed in your mind. It's harvesting. It's growing. It's thinking. It starts thinking outside the box when it's constantly absorbing this information. And your greatest ideas start coming to you when you're focused on constantly feeding the mind.
Yeah, you're actually doing the subconscious. You're feeling it. And then pretty soon it starts talking to the conscious mind like, this is something I want to pursue.
Yeah. So, what are...
So today, with our guest, we're
Yeah.
really going to let him go into this quantum entrepreneurship and how he has made things successful in this realm. But even right now, we want to give a shout-out to y'all. Like we said, the quantum changes. We want you to join us for Design It course. So go to designitcourse.com and check it out, and we'll tell you what we'll be giving away in the second half. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Or how about the one that says, mindset is everything? I truly believe both these statements. If you're looking to grow in your life or your business, then something's got to change. Stop the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Hi, I'm Brandon Hintz, and I've helped thousands of my clients do just that. Stop being controlled by limiting beliefs and patterns that don't suit you anymore. Join me at askbrandonforfree.com. That's askbrandonforfree.com.
Now back to In the Now with Brandon Hintz and Mike Driggers on Money 105.5's Money 2.0.
Welcome back to In the Now on Money 105.5. Mike Driggers, Brandon Hintz here every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. And today, as we've been sharing in the first 15 minutes of our radio broadcast, we have a special guest, a very special guest that I've gotten to know over, like I said, over 3 years. I met him at our friend's house in Florida, and just a powerful man. I mean, every time I'm around him, I pick up some gold wisdom, and Kevin Harrington, for folks out there, you've got to understand, he's been an entrepreneur for 40 years. He was the founder and inventor of infomercials. He's the gentleman that has created As Seen on TV, which I think is just a great brand. I love that brand. And the fact that he was the original shark, one of the original sharks on Shark Tank. Man, Kevin Harrington, he's done 20 businesses, over 100 million. He's helped launch 500 products, generating more than $5 billion. I mean, talk about a gentleman with a golden touch. He knows what's going on in the digital world. And so we want to bring him to the show and welcome Kevin Harrington. Are you out there?
I am here. Thank you. Wow, that was a very nice introduction. Thank you for that.
You're welcome, and welcome to the show. I was excited. Everybody at the station's been excited. We're all excited to have you on today. And, so we're talking about quantum entrepreneurship and really the success of the digital age. You're the gentleman that's always on the cutting edge. Why don't you share with our listeners of business owners and entrepreneurs and folks out there, what is the digital age? How did they be successful in 2018 on?
Okay, great question. So, 34 years ago, I was watching, I just got cable TV, and I had a 30-channel package. I'm watching Channel 30, which was Discovery Channel, and it went dark, and then colored bars came up for 6 hours, and they said it was only an 18-hour-a-day channel, so 6 hours you're going to get nothing. And that's how I started in the infomercial business. I started giving them products to put in that 6 hours of nothingness, right?
Right.
And so that started this whole infomercial industry, and we did the Tony Little Fitness and Jack LaLanne and the Juicer and George Foreman and all these different things. But now let's fast forward to today. TV viewership has dropped 50% in the last 10 years, and so ESPN, they lost 12 million subscribers, and 50 million plus people have cut the cord from pay TV cable. And so the bottom line is, I'm the As Seen on TV guy, but half the people have gone somewhere else. But this is the worst part. The TV stations' prices have stayed the same. So think about that model. You're going to deliver half the people, but charge you the same that you've been paying all along. And so TV is generally just not working like it used to. And look, it's no secret, Disney and Netflix, Netflix is hurting a lot of these TV guys because, they're getting the customers to pay them directly. Hey, why go to TV when you can watch movies, through Netflix on the internet, right?
Right.
So Disney stopped selling their movies to Netflix because they're now launching their own digital channel. So the world of TV is changing, and it's becoming a digital world. Netflix is digital. Disney is going digital, 2 more digital channels. ESPN, all these places are going digital. So the bottom line is this, from my standpoint, you can sit there and say, okay, half the people are now no longer watching TV. So what do? Follow the eyeballs. Go find out where they went. They went to Facebook. They went to Instagram. They went to YouTube. They went to all these other channels of distribution, and those are now the places that we are going in digital ways to reach them with our products and services. So that's a quick overview.
Wow, that's amazing. The fact that, and I've known that this was going to happen, but the fact that, 50% of the audience has dropped, and especially with the millennials, they're grown up with gadgets in their hands, so they don't even really watch TV. I watch my kids, and they're constantly watching things on their phone or their iPad.
That's YouTube.
Yeah, it's everything. And so,
exactly.
So what are some tips that in the business world that some of these folks can do to help increase their digital exposure or footprint?
So, what I suggest, and it depends on where you are in the business. It's hard when we're with a general audience, like here today, it's hard to pinpoint exactly what to do. But the first thing that you should do is get I say, I asked the question yesterday. I was in front of 600 healthcare professionals, and I said, how many here have a digital officer? And virtually nobody raised their hand, because I don't expect a lot of people necessarily to have one. But I'm not saying you need to hire a full-time digital officer, but get somebody in your company to take a look at what you're doing. Take a look at your websites. One question is, I asked this question to the same 600 people. Do you do retargeting on your website? And only like a dozen hands went up. And retargeting is something very simple that just it'll increase your sales by 20% on your website if you do it. And if you don't, you're leaving money on the table. So digital experts can come in. They can look at your messaging. They see how mobile friendly it is. I mean, the mobile phone business, there's going to be 5 billion mobile phones out there, right? So, you need to, many websites don't go over to mobile, but people are coming to your website from their mobile phone. So, if they can't get your website on their mobile phone, then they're not going to come to you anymore. They're going to go to the people that are mobile friendly. So some people just need a little bit of basic, overhaul. And a lot of these things, like retargeting, is not expensive to do. It's very simple. So start with some just very basic things, get some, and I say rent these digital experts, okay? Because, you can get a guy to come in for $1,000 and take a look at what you're doing, $2,000, maybe, and maybe bring him in quarterly or monthly, or depending on what you need. But the bottom line is, have your websites checked, your communications, and then start looking at Facebook as a vehicle to generate leads or sales for your company. I mean, I'll give you a really good example. I used to produce TV commercials. A person would bring me a product. I'd venture with them, put up the money, produce the commercial, buy the media, put it on TV. Now what I do is I test it up on Facebook. I could buy ads on Facebook for as little as $5 a piece, okay? And you can also target on Facebook. So the bottom line is digital actually has made targeting much easier and less expensive, because when I was on TV, I'm hitting the masses. I'm paying to hit the masses, but I may have only had a product, like I'm selling a golf product. 80% of the people don't golf, but I'm paying to hit the masses. So, now on the internet, on Facebook, I can go after people that just golf and sell them a golf product. So there's actually amazing opportunities. And those people that are really tuned into this are capitalizing in significant fashions. And, one last example. I spoke at the cigar convention down in Cabo recently, annual convention. Half the crowd is moaning because they're saying these digital internet marketers are stealing my customers from these retail cigar stores, right? Well, I'm like, wait a minute. The other half are the digital marketers that are stealing their customers. So the one side of the room's getting wealthier, and they're taking money from the other side because they're using digital marketing. So you can sit there and complain, or you can get in the game and do it yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are great points too.
Yeah, totally on the money.
The retargeting, I mean, I people tell me all the time, I want to launch these campaigns. Well, once you've launched the campaign, retargeting is not only staying in front of them, it's branding. They start seeing your ads everywhere, and it makes the product look more desirable. And then testing on Facebook, if you're not testing out your audience and being able to actually hone in on that demographic, then you're missing the boat.
Yeah, I think that's a great point.
Exactly.
That with technology today, you can really zone in on your ideal client. Your
I
perfect
can
avatar.
look for house moms who loves to smoke cigars and send ads right to them.
Yeah.
You can nick down into any niche you want. You can find that niche. And, I mean, they love it. They let you hit the demographic that you're going for. And like you said earlier, sometimes you're doing a commercial and 80% of the people watching, I might buy that. But on Facebook and Instagram, you can actually hone it right down to your perfect audience.
Yeah. Technology is just amazing at what we can do today and for businesses to take advantage. Now, we're going to go to break here in a little bit, but before we do, I wanted to kind of bring out that you're working with the Zig Ziglar Foundation, and I can't wait to hear about this. And because one, he was a mentor to me, and I had the opportunity to share the stage and spend time with him years ago. But to see what you're doing and working with that, tell us a little bit about that.
So I was speaking recently, and I got off stage in St. Petersburg, Florida, and a woman came up to me and she said, Kevin, I just love listening to you. I spoke almost 90 minutes. She said, it was so amazing. You weren't selling anything. You weren't pitching. You were just giving great content. She says, you remind me of my father. I'm like, oh, wow, who's your father? She said, well, he passed away a few years ago, but I'm Julie Ziglar. It was Zig Ziglar.
Wow.
And so I'm like, oh, my God, this is unbelievable. I said, your father was, near and dear to me, and actually a mentor to me in my life with his books and materials and seeing him speak on stage. And so I said, what are you doing with all the massive content that your father created? Thousands of hours of videos, 31 books, 36 languages. He touched 250 million people in his life, right? And so she said, Kevin, quite honestly, it's been a few years now. She said, Zig, he didn't do any social media. And now get this fact. He died and people wanted to leave a tribute for him, so they set up a Facebook page. He never did Facebook in his entire life, but they set a page up after he passed. 4.5 million people are on Facebook for Zig. Okay? Now, I don't think that'll happen for any of us on the phone right now, but,
No. It's going to happen now that you brought it up.
Yeah, well, now that you're on in the now, it's going to happen for sure.
Okay. So the bottom line is, I said, so all of this content is just sitting, and there's an opportunity. I'm a marketer, okay? I'm a salesman. I want to venture with you guys. So I struck a deal to partner with the Ziglar family to what I call bring Zig back to the future. And I'm creating Zig Ziglar master classes. It's with myself and Zig, but it's mostly the amazing. He wrote Secret to Closing the Sale, which was one of the most amazing books that changed my life. I used it in all my infomercials, 100 plus closes in that one book. And so what we've done is redigitized. We're actually bringing Zig live back on in like a hologram format. Okay, awesome. So
that's awesome.
Me and Zig, we did one in Toronto. I go up on stage, and then boom, Zig pops up in a hologram right next to me. And it actually, this is a true story. Julie Ziglar brought tears to her eyes when she saw it, because it was like there he was, almost alive. So
talk about cutting edge.
Really cool stuff. Yeah, we're taking this around the world. We're in Brazil on February 3rd in front of 3,000 people. We did a Transamerica event with 800 people recently. We're in Nashville with hundreds. We just keep going city to city now, and this master class is internet-based. And actually, what we've done is we're giving all this amazing content away, and initially all free. I'm talking video after video. I've been shooting for months now, and that's why my voice is even halfway there, not all the way right now, because we've just been shooting and shooting and shooting, literally dozens and dozens and dozens of hours of content, and this is what is being offered up. Initially, all these videos are free on the internet, zigsecrets.com. I don't know if you're going to put a little post up or not, but
yeah, we will.
There's a place to go. So anyway, it's pretty cool stuff. So I appreciate you asking.
Yeah, I think that's exciting. I definitely, we can't wait to get you out here to Sacramento. But we're going to go to break here, and when we get back, let's talk a little bit more about that and how folks can reach out to you here on Money Talk 105.5 in the Now with Mike Driggers and Brendan Hintz every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. We'll see you back here in a soon.
Have you ever heard the statement, mindset is everything? I believe this statement to be true. If you're ready to grow in your business or you're trying to change things in your life, mindset is key. I'm Brandon Hintz, and I've helped thousands of my clients set their mindset in the right direction to allow them to achieve their goals and to make changes in their lives. You can have what you want. Let's stop the limiting beliefs that are holding you back with my help. Go to askbrandonforfree.com. That's askbrandonforfree.com. questions.to.
This is your RAM Auto Update.
Selection is having the right style, the right color, and the right options in stock. Just imagine nearly 7,000 pristine vehicles all waiting for you to take a test drive. Now that's real selection. Go to RosevilleAutomall.com and choose all the right colors and accessories that are perfect for you. In my way of thinking, if I can't find what I'm looking for right here, it probably doesn't exist. Because the best selection in Northern California is at the Roseville Auto Mall. Always driven to be the best.
Violence and sudden attacks at pub locations seem to be happening more frequently. Thousands of people are being impacted daily as a result of violence. Do you know what the warning signs are? Would you know what to do if something occurred? Listen every Monday at 4 p.m. to Secure Sacramento, hosted by me, Hector Alvarez, where we're going to be talking about just that very thing, giving you ideas of what to do. Download the Money 105 app and send in your questions to be answered live. Again, every Monday at 4 p.m. on Secure Sacramento. Listen, learn, and be prepared. Find us at wvpexperts.com. Call us before you need us.
If you are an alumni of Victory Christian Schools, you're cordially invited to a welcome reception being held during homecoming games at VCS. It's happening tomorrow night with a reception starting at 6:15. Attend the homecoming games for free. Stop by and see familiar faces, catch up with favorite teachers and staff, and enjoy some light refreshment. And tell your fellow classmates about the reception. RSVP to victorycs.org.
The #1 show for entrepreneurs. This is In the Now, part of the Money 2.0 series on Money 105.5 and the Money 105.5 app.
Welcome back to In the Now on Money 105.5 every Thursday at 10 a.m. So we have Kevin Harrington here, the original shark from the Emmy Award-winning TV show Shark Tank, the king of As Seen on TV. So we're talking today about quantum entrepreneurs, and after we left for the break, we were kind of just looking at some of the key points. You know, the retargeting ads are huge, but more importantly, the digital world. Everything we're doing from TV to even our line of work where we're speaking on stage and going out there and getting on radio shows and infomercials and all this stuff is switching over to new platforms of digital format. And that's where you need to shift as a business owner. You need to find out, like I said, who are your digital officers? Who's auditing what you're currently doing? And how are you representing your company and your business? Because I consider myself a business, me as a coach. How is my business hitting the digital world? How is this radio show being reformatted into 4 different versions that can be put out on the digital world? So, Kevin, before we left to the break, you were giving us some great tips. What's something our listeners can actually take action with on trying to get into this digital world other than the retargeting and the Facebook ads?
Well, okay, so I think that the key then would be to start using social media, and you know, create. I would let me reframe it and say create content. And so you think, well, what do you mean content? Okay, so this was what people came to me a few years ago and said, Kevin, you don't create any content. And so I'm like, well, what kind of content do I need to create? Well, you know, shoot some videos, put them out to your, you know, to your Facebook followers and your friends and people and LinkedIn and, you know, maybe some YouTube and do some of this and Instagram and just put out some of your thoughts, what you're doing, where you're going, some messaging, some of your thoughts and, you know, just share, you know, who you are, what you do and some tips on, you know, on success and some of your you know, your thought positionings. And so, all of a sudden, you know, I started doing that, and because I didn't even know what are you talking about, create content. So, you know, so I did. I just started putting this stuff out, and I'm, you know, I mean, here, you know, 40 years ago, I was a young entrepreneur doing driveway sealing and heating and air conditioning in college businesses, and today they start Facebook and Snapchat. Okay, so it's like, you know, it's a different world.
It's a digital world,
Yeah, it's a digital world, but you also, you know, I'm used to when you make a sale or you do something, it's like, okay, you spend the money, you get something back. But wait, I got to shoot this content. Well, I'm not getting anything back. Oh, but you are. You're getting people that are listening and they're sharing and they're looking to maybe become customers of yours.
Yeah, you're building your tribe.
you're building your tribe. And so now it's not funny, but it actually takes time. It takes effort. You can't just do it once and expect, all of a sudden things are going to be huge. You've got to, I was putting out 2 posts a day for 60 days. And I started getting some pretty massive traction. And so then all of a sudden, we started supercharging LinkedIn. We 10X this. And I mean, just amazing things started happening. People start coming back to you. Oh, wow, that was amazing. I love that post. I love this. I get your stuff all the time. So depends on what business you're in. But I mean, hey, look, I don't care what business you're in. What could be so bad to have people telling you how great the stuff is that you're putting out, right? Yeah, this is the tribe, right?
And you don't need a lot of major technology in today's world. I mean, a simple iPhone, the technology that's coming out on the phones to be able to record. And if you don't want to be in front of a camera, do a webinar and record it, or do something where you're not in the scene and you just have voiceover. But I would encourage you be in the camera, because people, then you're building your brand. They attach it to you. You are your company. You are what you do. And so really it comes down to not being afraid. I think that's why a lot of people don't do it, is they're afraid of the camera and doing it. But look, you've got friends now, so you're going to find new friends that are attracted to what you do, that like you.
Yeah,
right?
So like right now, they're listening to what you're saying, and it's actually resonating with someone. So how can they get in touch with this new foundation and start experiencing more of what you have to offer?
So ZigSecrets.com is, and that's ZIG for Zig Ziglar, Zig Secrets, SECRETS.com. And that is a good place to go. If anybody had just wanted to contact me on a direct basis, I have a special hookup from this line that you guys are putting out, is Kevin at kevinharrington.tv. If they have any questions, or they got the next Grand Slam infomercial idea, I'll always love to get those phone calls. But it's become a little tougher world. But I still invest in products and deals. So, but I'm really focused right now on this whole Zig Ziglar program, because when I look back at the 40-some years I've been an entrepreneur, it's always been about selling and learning how to close and learning how to sell. And I started as a door-to-door guy way back. And, infomercials we use. I'll tell you one quick story if we got time.
We got time. Go ahead.
Zig Ziglar he said, the sale isn't made until the value exceeds the price. So if there's an objection to price, you haven't created enough value. You have to add value. Well, you're gonna recognize this in just a second. I'm in the TV business. I'm not in front of the people, so I don't know what they're saying, why they're not ordering. But we had a product at $39.95, and we, on 1,000 calls, 280 of them ordered, 28%, and 72% didn't order. And we called the 72% to find out why they didn't order. They said the price was too high. And so what did we do? We said, well, we didn't give them enough value. So we reran the $39 product, and at the end we said, but wait, we're going to give you some more stuff. You're going to get this, and we get a value stack. And that ultimately became, but wait, there's more.
And I was waiting for you to say it.
Yeah. But wait, there's more, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, people don't even realize this was one of Zig's philosophies of, you've got to add the value stack if you're not making the sale. So the bottom line is that, Zig Ziglar has changed more lives. I mean, it was funny. Mark Cuban had a story how he was when he was poor. Okay, before the Mark Cuban billionaire days, he would ride around in his Mustang, I think it was, and drive in rich neighborhoods and listening to Zig Ziglar tapes, saying, "I'm going to live in this big house like that someday." And so, this is why people want to be involved with the Zig Ziglar kind of foundation and people and the association. And why for me it's been back to 40 years that of being involved with the family now and Zig himself and books and watching him speak over the years. So he was one of the greatest guys in the world, one of the greatest salesmen in the world, and we're looking to help many people bring Zig back to the future here. And I appreciate you guys having me on today and let me share some of my stories with your listeners.
Oh, I love it, and definitely, and thank you for being on. But I love like when you went to break and how you're doing the hologram. I'm still stuck on that, right? That he's next to you.
They've been doing it with all the rock stars,
and carrying that legacy. And we need to get you out here to the Bay Area, Sacramento. We got to get you to come out here and to do something with that, because I think that that's very powerful. Like I said, I grew up listening like you to Zig Ziglar, mentored, and the younger generation needs to hear the principles. They need to hear. If you've never heard of Zig Ziglar, you need to. And Kevin, you're bringing it out in a big way, and I love that. And so people, when we went to break, you were talking about people could actually get access to all these videos and everything. Do they get it through the zigsecrets.com, which I'll post up online and in the website.
Absolutely.
So they
That's where it all the first video is. I had a buddy I hadn't seen in 21 years, but he's been following me. I didn't even know that he was following my stuff on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. He called and said, "Kevin, that 40-minute video that you posted the other day with you and Zig Ziglar," he said, "it rocked my world." He says, "I haven't seen you in 20 years." And he said, "I was in such a slump and I felt terrible. And I listened to that and I am recharged." And I'm like, "Hey, I got 5 more free ones coming out over the next 2 weeks. So keep listening, man." And I just these are the calls that I'm getting.
Yeah, that's the quantum effect taking place right there.
Yeah,
one small change on your side changed that guy's whole day.
And taking advantage of the digital age, taking something that used to be, I used to listen on cassettes. Now bringing it in, no 8-track, to the digital world, right? And being able to deliver it. And what I like, it's free.
Yeah.
It's free.
It's free.
Which is the whole principle of Zig, right? You can have everything you want in life if you just help other people get what they want. That's the biggest one that always resonated with me.
Yeah.
When we started doing this program, we said, because we said, we're not just going to put an ad out and try to sell this. No, we're going to give amazing value absolutely free. And if nobody, if somebody doesn't buy it, that's okay. If they benefited from it, maybe they'll come back a year later, maybe 2 years. If they gain from it, this is what we're doing. That's the whole goal is just to make something very powerful and exciting for all those that are Zig fans. And by the way, we're actually encouraging people that don't even know who Zig Ziglar is to go there and check it out, right?
Yeah.
So, because those are the people that are going to be blown away. Like my 20-year-old is just tuning in now because it's a Zig, because he'd never heard of Zig Ziglar, and now he's like, wow, that guy's got some amazing stuff, and so it's powerful, especially for those that are just seeing it for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, he's content rich, and that's the value and the knowledge.
He's value rich.
Oh my gosh, and I can't wait for folks to hear this, and we're definitely going to promote it quite a bit for you, Kevin, because we believe in it, and our listeners should tap into it and listen to it as well. And so, but Kevin, thanks so much for being on the show. We've got to go to break here. And
producer's
rushing here. So
thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah. So check out Zig Secrets. Kevin Harrington today. Thank you so much. A wealth of knowledge. Amazing entrepreneur. Money 1055.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Or how about the one that says, mindset is everything? I truly believe both these statements. If you're looking to grow in your life or your business, then something's got to change. Stop the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Hi, I'm Brandon Hintz, and I've helped thousands of my clients do just that. Stop being controlled by limiting beliefs and patterns that don't suit you anymore. Join me at askbrandonforfree.com. That's askbrandonforfree.com.
The #1 show for entrepreneurs. This is In the Now, part of the Money 2.0 series on Money 105.5 and the Money 105.5 app.
Welcome back. Wow, what a powerful 20-minute conversation we just had. That was amazing. Kevin Harrington dropped some major gold nuggets about the digital age, but then, I'm excited about what he's doing with the Zig Ziglar. The one thing I got out of that, which I heard loud and clear, which I think a lot of people need to hear, is that anything that you do in the digital media, one, you're creating that tribe and exposure, but the thing I got that really stand out was that if you do a sell and somebody's objecting to the price, there's not enough value. And I like what he said. They researched, they had a $39 offer. They didn't lower the price. They went and added more value to it.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. And so that came out, and boom, they had a major success. So I think that one principle from Zig Ziglar and what he was saying, that's the thing that impacted me the most, outside of the fact that he's going to have Zig Ziglar videos that I can get access to.
That impact of the hologram, because right when he was saying that, I'm like, oh, man, remember how they brought back some of the biggest legends in rock?
Yeah.
And they hologrammed them up on stage? And then he said it, and I was like, oh, yeah, he's on it. But with a big piece for me, follow the eyeballs.
Yeah.
When they left the TV, and when the radio was left behind for the new TV, and the TV is now being left behind for the new digital world, that's what's going on. And this isn't just for niche businesses. I literally watched a video about a bakery on Yelp where they walked them through the process of how they use all these ingredients and how their staff reacts and all these things about their bakery. And Yelp reviews were going through the roof because they made this video. So any business can get on digital. You just find out who your amazing client is, which is, following the eyeballs and then following down that demographic and really hitting it home with them. Putting a video out that relates to them and they see who you are. People buy people. You can have a great business, very consistent, but if everybody in the business is down and out and the owner's not involved and you don't have an experience when you come there, it's not going to drive that piece home. So just following the eyeballs to where things are going and knowing that. Now think about Kevin, amazing, very successful, very, very wealthy entrepreneur. He knows this. He's growing within his industry. So old business, new millennial, doesn't matter. Follow these footsteps to get on that digital platform that's in the digital world. And he said it very key. Find a digital officer. Have somebody. Go on to freelancer.com, hire a digital auditor. Have them dig through all of your website, your Facebook. Let them know where you're actually benefiting from the digital world and where you're not.
Yeah, and I just posted online for the Now Academy Facebook page, the zigsecrets.com. But talk about, giving value and following the eyeballs. We have some value to give away, don't we?
Yeah, we always do. That's what this whole show's about. So those of you last week that jumped on there and got a hold of the free tickets for the Design It course, more power to you. Playing full out.
Yeah, coming in February, right?
Yeah, February 9th, 10th, and 11th here in Roseville, California. We'll be giving away tickets for you and a guest at designitcourse.com. with the promo DesignIt105. Gives you a free ticket to a $3,000 3-day event where we'll be teaching you brand principles to take your product to the digital world, to take your product and find your perfect client, and how to do these retargeting ads and how to launch Facebook. So those of you that are listening, I want you to go to designitcourse.com. Check the course out, but mainly reserve your seat. Use the promo code DesignIt105 for a free ticket for you and your guest. The seats are limited, so when these are done, we won't be doing the promo anymore on the show.
Yeah, and we only have a limited amount of tickets. I mean, understand, folks, that this is a $3,000 value that we're giving away. We charge $3,000 for this course, and we've always believed, Brandon and I believe that, let's give to those that want to take advantage and
people who are taking action and playing full out.
Yeah, and so we always reserve about 20 to 30 tickets for what we do. And so we're giving folks the opportunity to take advantage. And right now, that's your calling, is to take action and go to designitcourse.com and put in your code DesignIt105, right?
Yeah, DesignIt105 for the free tickets.
And again, this is February 9th, 10th, and 11th here in Sacramento. Actually, Roseville.
Yeah, Roseville, California. Rooms are available at the hotel. Just once you register, all the information will go out to you. But, I mean, this is for people who play full out in life. This is the people that, we're going to take action. We want to grow our business. We need some change to have the experience we want in life. Those of you, that's for you. That's who this is for. This isn't for whiners. This isn't for snails, people who are going to take slow pace.
What?
This is a course where if you're ready to take action in your business.
You're an action taker?
Yeah, action taker.
Action taker.
And if you're not an action taker and you want to come to the weekend to learn how to be an action taker, then it might be good for you.
Yeah, absolutely. You need it.
Because there's one thing that I've known, and I want to give a shout out to my father-in-law, because I know for 100% without a doubt, the quantum changes he's made in my life, my wife's life, everyone around him's life, is that he lives life full out. Everything he's done it, and he doesn't look back, and he just keeps going. And my wife, my children, everybody live from it. He wants to go on a road trip, he buys an RV and goes on a road trip. He wants to do something, he does it. So he plays full out. And for that, I've always had my hat off to you, Ron. Played full out, always, at all times. And I love the momentum and the enthusiasm that you bring, and it's passed down into your children. And my wife is so good. She's the woman she is today because of what you've done in your life.
Yeah, we need to dedicate the show to him today.
Yeah, so today we like to dedicate to Ron for always playing full out.
Yeah, it's and it was a great show to be able to dedicate, that's for sure.
Yeah, and this guy that was on today, I mean, Kevin always played full out.
Yeah.
And we play full out.
That thing I like about Kevin and what I've learned is that he's always got his antennas up for that cutting edge. I mean, the fact that he's doing hologram. Now, I had an opportunity to be on stage recently with the co-founder of Priceline, Jeff. I can't remember his last name, but the thing is that he was talking about a hologram in overseas in like Korea or Japan. I think it's Japan, actually. These concerts they have are completely filled every single time, and they've got people standing and waiting to get in, and it's of this gal that is on stage. It's completely hologram.
Yeah.
Sold out auditorium. And she's not even real.
They're mixing the digital world with the Coliseum.
Yeah, and so folks, we're
going to start teaching my courses. Show up for the digital course.
The digital course, absolutely. And look, you've got to be on the cutting edge and know what's coming. Windows that can tell when you're next to them, when you're window shopping, it can tell you the price of something that's in it right there on the window.
Well, another shark from the Shark Tank was Mark Cuban said, if you're not following the digital world and staying up to pace, you're being left behind.
Yes, it's like the phone booths. What happened to them? Or when's the last time you went to a travel brick and mortar? Yeah, phone booth. I'm dating myself, right? So or the brick and mortar travel agencies. Unfortunately, has almost disappeared. There's a few around, but if you're not taking advantage of the digital world as a business, which again, it doesn't look, it's real easy to do content, and you want to learn how to make content. I mean, simple, easy. We did a workshop two weekends ago, and people were just floored how easy it was because I showed them. We're going to show you at the Design It course.
Yeah.
So you want to know how to get into the digital world and create content easily. I mean, at the snap of a finger. And again, when you're consistent, it's going to build that tribe. And when you build that tribe of people that want your information, they're going to start buying from you.
Yeah, what'd the guy say? When they feel your vibe, they join your tribe.
Exactly. And Doug said that. That was a quote from Doug Verman. Yeah. So, I love that. I use that in my presentation now. But
we give you full credit, Doug.
Yeah, absolutely. So, with the digital age, there's ghostwriters, there's sources out there. There's your iPhone or Android. Pop it up. Start doing a tip a day.
I have a friend who recorded a whole entire 7-course series, 90 minutes a course with the iPhone 7.
iPhone 7.
Oh, sorry. iPhone 5.
Oh.
7's the new one, right? No,
Yeah.
We're on 10 somewhere up there.
Somewhere, yeah.
But you can do it. There's kids making millions of dollars on YouTube with an iPhone.
Oh, we're going to have a couple on our show that are coming soon.
Yeah.
Caleb, he's like 16 years old, but he's been making $100,000 a year through social media, creating content, digital content, since the age of 14.
There you have it there. A 14-year-old, and then you got Kevin Harrington, and then you got our old butts doing it. You guys can do it.
Hey, if we could do it, you could do it.
And I gave you the example earlier, the donut shop, the bakery doing it.
Yeah.
Who would have thought the digital world was for a bakery? It is. It's for everyone.
Every business.
Your client is somewhere on the internet. I guarantee it.
Well, you know what's so funny is I was doing some web analytics for my fiance's orthodontist and I was looking at it. One of the things that came back that was stunning to me, which I knew, but here was evidence, was that most of the people going to their website, it was like 60% of the people was mobile.
Yeah.
And then there was it broke it down with tablets. But then, so as the age starts to transfer, it's going to be 100%. Like, I mean, it's going to be in the high 80s.
I have an iMac that just sits in the office because we all use our phones or our tablets.
Yeah.
What's the point of having this huge powerhouse of a computer unless you're working on it?
Well, and there's technology coming that's going to make it even easier. I saw an Apple commercial recently where this little girl or gal was sitting in the grass and typing on this thing, and mom comes out and goes, "Oh, what are you doing with your computer?" And she goes, "What's a computer, Mom?"
Yeah.
Right?
This is a tablet, lady.
It's a full tablet, and you can run your business. I mean, technology, think about when the laptop first came out or the cell phones. Look, the evolution of where we are today. I remember carrying that big old brick on my strap with the big old brick. I was like the Don Johnson. Yeah, it's like the Don Johnson phone, right?
So today's show is Quantum Entrepreneurship, guys. The digital world. Get in it. Don't get left behind. Go to designitcourse.com and grab your free tickets with promo code DesignIt105.
Yeah, we'll see you next week here on 105.5 Money Talk in the Now with Mike Driggers and Brandon Hintz.
Every Thursday at 10 a.m.
We'll see you next week. Bye for now.